Hey guys, Ron here with Rising Sun Properties. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Always got a lot more videos of Japanese properties coming up, so thank you so much for your support. Here's the home we're looking at today. It's 48,330,000 USD, two-story 5 LDK, 155 square meters, built in 1997, and just a 12-minute walk from the nearest station. It is here in this neighborhood, so off the main road. However, there is a busier road just on the other side of the block, which you can hear some traffic. It's not too bad, but it does give some conveniences for grocery stores, pharmacy, stuff like that. It does have a two-car covered garage, if you will. It's more of a carport. They don't really build a lot of garages in Japan because the square meterage increases, which increases your taxes. They have the yard covered right now, but there's some rocks. You can see the outline on the covering there, and has a lot of greenery to kind of hide and give some privacy to the home. Very quiet, nice neighborhood overall. I did have a chat with the older gentleman across the street. I like to do that just to kind of feel out the neighbors, and he was very kind and friendly and told me he had no problem with me parking there temporarily while I was viewing the home. Hey guys, I'm at a home in Nara, and this one is not maybe one our typical buyers would be going for, that it's around 50 million yen, but as you'll see in the video, it's an excellent home in great shape. The doorways, at least in these Japanese rooms, are a little bit shorter, but in some of the other rooms, like going into the bathroom here, they're quite taller. Same with upstairs as well. So this is an excellent home. It really feels like a house, very large, like 140 square meters or whatever. Kitchen, living room, 2 floors, plenty of bedrooms. The space has that Japanese feel as well as the Western style. So, for this price range, you can definitely get a really nice property. It is affordable for some looking. I understand that it might not be for others. We're happy to look in any price range, but like I always say, you get what you pay for, and this home is an example of what you can get for around 50 million yen. All right, and now on to the actual viewing. Here's the entranceway. And the last home I posted was about the same price, and it seems like a better buy, and I did get kind of a lowdown on the situation. A guy had bought the home and needed to sell it because his son he bought it for didn't want it, so he's taking a loss on it. So that's the kind of why these two homes are the same. This one also is a fantastic home, as it should be for the price. But if you take a look at my other video, which I'll link here, you'll see the other one might be a little bit more, just, I don't know if it's a better home, but it's definitely a different feel and look. Here is the tatami room in the home. It has these automatic shutters here on this window and one in the front living room area. All the other shutters are the sliders that you'll see right here, but they look pretty newly installed and go up and down and lock easily, so not a big deal. Very nice aesthetic, Japanese style with the shoji doors closed there, and those double doors that can open up into the other room. This is a 6 tatami room, and the one we will enter here shortly is an 8 tatami room. And as I said in the video, it really does feel like a home here. So larger style might not be a good holiday second home because of the price. However, we do have clients who have budgets like this that are looking for those second homes, but it for sure is a good home, good family home to have if you're looking to live long-term in Japan. Here's that second 8 tatami room. So you can see it opens up and you have a view of the front yard there. Everything looked pretty good. Didn't see any kind of water leakage marks or problems with the foundation. Just some cracking around the outside, which we will get to at the end of the video, the tour of the outside of the home. Here's a look down the hallway. And to the right is the shower room. The left is that last tatami room we were just in. And your washing machine does not go in here. It's actually in another room we'll get to after this. Here is the shower room with a large tub, and of course the controls to autofill the water and control the heat. You can also reheat it. There's a dryer unit, it looks like, up on top, but I didn't see any poles to hang clothes on, so not sure what's going on there. Here is the first floor toilet. There are 2 toilets in this home. So check the water was on, everything was working in the toilets and all the sinks, flushing properly. Look down the hallway to the back, and here is the laundry room. You can see I have the floor open up there to take a look underneath. You can see the drainage where the washing machine would go. It's a concrete foundation. From what I could see, it looked fine. And it does look like there's enough room in there for the inspector to crawl around all through the home. They actually get in there and crawl to all corners of the home. Here's where you can see how these kind of come out. They're basically just little cooler storage areas and access to the underneath the floor there, so you can take a look at the foundation. Look out the backyard. Not much going on in the back, but there was a no home back there, so it is quiet with no neighbors on the back of you. There are neighbors to the left and right. Here's the kitchen. You see some wear and tear on the wallpaper there, so that would need to be replaced. Not a big deal. 3 burners, which is gas. This looks fine the way it is. That does have a dishwasher, a little bit small, but it's there. Plenty of storage, and did have a water filter installed, so you can just replace the filter and have filtered water right there in your sink. Storage behind you, and the place off to the left where you would put your refrigerator. Everything looks clean and ready to go. Home is very turnkey style, except for, if you just want to replace the wallpaper, make it look a little bit newer. You can see it looks out into the dining and living area. And in the middle of the living room, there was a vent. So just ventilation to help, keep it dry and kick out air when you want it to. Wood floors, plenty of sunlight coming in. There's that vent there. And it sounded pretty powerful. It was sucking pretty good, so that is helpful. I think there was just one in this house. Here are some slider doors to separate the living and the kitchen. Also helps to, if you just want to heat or cool one certain area of the house, then you can close that and do so. See, there's a bit of room and yard area between you and the neighbor. Here is the aircon installation area, and it is a 200 volt, which means you can install a bigger aircon, probably used for both rooms. However, there's another aircon place in this room as well. Here is the living room up front. This balcony goes off back to the front. A lot of greenery again to kind of help with that privacy. This one also had the automatic shutters. So just the 2 in this room, and then the tatami room when we first got into the home. But very spacious and has a lot of potential. It is cleaned out. There was nothing in this home, so get a pretty good feel of the size and some potential where you would put things. 2 doors that come into either rooms. And we will head upstairs, but right next to the stairs is another storage area. Not super big, but enough room just to have some extra storage or cleaning supplies, stuff like that. Now we will head up to the second floor. Stairs aren't steep, hand railings all the way across. I'm up here on the second floor, and as you can see, the doorways are all quite high up in here. There are 2 toilets in this home, not 2 baths. I've never seen one with 2 baths, maybe just one home that was kind of a dual family home. So if you want 2 baths, that's a little bit more difficult. 2 toilets is doable, even some of the older homes. And yeah, this is a very, very nice home. And a couple different views from the stairs. There's 3 rooms up here in the extra toilet. 1, 2, 3. Here's the first room. As I mentioned, there's not a lot of homes that have 2 baths. You know, I've been here for so long, I kind of forget what it's like in America. But you know, I did have a shower in my home back in Kansas, and the bath and shower upstairs. So I think a lot of the homes might have 2 bath showers area. That's very rare in Japan, but we definitely can find houses that have 2 toilets. Look at the first room, built-in closet area. Those windows are all shuttered, so when you leave, you can shutter them up, open them, and it gives plenty of natural light coming into the home. Across the hallway to the second bedroom. There's places that are ready to have air cons installed. They have the holes drilled and the electrical outlet. Look at the neighbors. There's a small balcony here. This balcony, it didn't feel like it was gonna, you know, fall through or anything like that, but the bottom of it seemed a little bit dated and worn, so it might be something you would want to look into replacing eventually. So look at the neighborhood. Here's the front yard where we walked in. See, same kind of closet in this one as there was in the last bedroom. Plenty of storage. Out of this bedroom to the left to the third bedroom up here. You can see actually, I'm not sure this one had a hole drilled for the air con. Oh yeah, there it is right there. So all of these rooms are ready to have air cons installed. It's not a huge cost. You know, compared to America, Canada, I've heard it can be quite expensive. But in Japan, used, it can be around 40 to 70,000 yen. For new ones, you know, about 120,000 yen. And for the 200 volt bigger ones, maybe 150 to 200,000 yen. And that is installed. A couple different angles from this room. Again, built-in closet here. No shelving in this room. Out to the left here is another closet. Very tall. Looks like someone has been vacuuming. The home was very clean. No dust anywhere even. So that's a good sign that it's has been and being taken care of. And here is the second toilet. So that is the home inside, and yeah, there's just one quick look out the back, and then we will get around, just a quick walk around of the house. So we are a licensed real estate agent. If you guys are interested in purchasing, happy to have an initial call with you, so feel free to reach out. And here's a quick walk around the house. See just a couple small cracks in the foundation. Even early to mid 2000s, you're going to see these kind of things. You know, it might be boring for the video, but I just like to show people what I'm looking at. And I do a thorough check. There's another small crack, again, pretty normal. But I do a thorough check as much as I can under the foundation, outside, on the walls, and the outside foundations I'm showing here. So in the end, we're going to get the inspector to come in and give us the final look at things to get a little bit deeper dive. But with my experience, I've been able to start spotting a lot of things initially that, might show we don't even want to move forward with an inspection on homes, especially some of the older ones. You get in those old true akiyas where they're 40, 50 years old. There's going to be a lot of cracks and issues, so I try to find those. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe. Reach out with any questions. Appreciate you guys following the channel and checking out the homes with me. Have a great day, and we'll see you guys next time.